Hello everyone, you are welcome once again to my YouTube channel, and in this tutorial you'll be learning how I created this club flyer on PixelLab. So let me just clear all this and start again. Okay, so the first thing I will do is to input the background. Just the background right here. I already did some work on the background, so I adjust blurred it. You can check my previous video. I made some video about how I blurred the background. I just check them for it. Lock on. Then we will add some overlays, like some outline overlays of Friday night. If you check the main design I uploaded, you see the Friday night. Font, you will use Pilot extended black for this. Extended black. Color, we reduce the transparency totally. Then you head over to stroke. Turn on the stroke. Stroke width should be 1. Then the color would be white. Okay, increase the size. This should be enough. Opacity, reduce it to like 20%. Okay. Line spacing, reduce it also. Perfect. Relative position, make it center alignment. Just place the night like okay. Then we head over to rotate -3. 1, 2, 3. Then you copy and duplicate it and arrange them below the others. Copy again, then arrange. So now we've just completed another step. Lock all the layers. So moving over to the main test, which is ladies' night. I'm starting with ladies first before I work on night. The font I used for this is Beyond the Mountains. Okay. Because it's further. As you can see, some parts of the letter L is not showing fully, so I will head over to padding. That should be left padding, and increase it. Okay, make it color white. This should be good. So for the test effect, head over to inner shadow, enable it, click on plus. Then you can type in this color code. Well, okay, BEFF00. Okay, can see it's making sense gradually. The blur radius of the inner shadow should be 15. So that's the first step. Then you duplicate ladies, head over to color plus, reduce it totally, the transparency. Okay, then place this one on top of the former one. This should now let's move over to night. We are done with ladies, so just duplicate ladies, the first one, edit, type in night. Then you reduce the size. Yeah, this should be enough. Head on to spacing. Yeah, this is perfect. Let's move the ladies up a little bit further. Okay. Now head over to inner shadow and change the color. Type in this color code also. Can you see it? then duplicate it, then put the process we did for the former one, choose the transparency, then place it over it. So we are done to another step now. Okay, so moving over to the other information, create a circle. Choose the size, this should be good. This should be good. The fill opacity should be 20. Then the color, input this code. Okay. Head over to stroke, then increase the stroke width to 3. Reduce the stroke opacity to 40. Then the stroke color, input that same color code you used for the fill color. Okay, this is good. Increase the size a little bit, make it 11. Let's try to increase the size a bit. Okay, now this is good. So duplicate this circle, edit, then place it over the former one. Head over to fill, reduce the fill opacity totally, make it 0. Fill color, then reduce the stroke to 2. Reduce the stroke opacity to 35. Then we make this second circle a little bit bigger than the first one. It's too big. Okay, this should do. Head over to gradient. Use your eyedropper to then head over to this flare and just pick the green color. Pick the yellow color here. You can just arrange this anyhow you prefer it to be. Can you see the effect now? Then you add text every Friday. So you are using this same blue color. Put on your grid. And the font we'll be using is Jagger labeled. use the center alignment. Then reduce the size. To have a better view and to be able to arrange this better, you can just zoom in. I have to be very precise with the alignment. It must be at the exact center. So let's just zoom out and see. Okay, good. Moving on to the other details. Start test. Typing music. Use color white. That's font. So about these arrangements, you have to be very careful. So just watch with attention. Size 29. So align music to this grid, this particular grid. Make sure your magnet is on. Okay. Then make sure letter C matches this particular grid, this particular one. So make sure letter C matches with it. That's one. That's just one. Then duplicate music. Change it to host. Then make sure host is magneted to this particular grid also, and ensure letter H matches with this grid. Okay, let us move on. Let us touch raise music and hosts a little bit up. Okay, let's zoom in. Just make sure they are matched to the same grid for better arrangement. Okay, now this grid. Add test. For DJ, I'll be using DJ Ace. Size 31 should be good. For the font, in order to create contrast, I'll be using a border font. So Jagale medium should be good. Okay. Then head over to color and repeat this color code. Now zoom in as usual. I just shift this because we'll be using it to arrange this element also. little bit up. Now make sure letter E matches with this particular grid. Shift it backward. So let's just zoom out and see it. Okay, now this is better. Okay, then copy. For the host, I'll be using Shegs. You can actually use any name you like, any name you prefer. They're just fictional names. You can just use anyone you like to use. Then it's the same process. Make sure letter S matches with this grid. So guys, what I'm trying to do here now. Very mindful of the arrangement to have a better outcome. So now let's move on to the club address test. You can use any address if you like using, but for this tutorial I'll be using this. Okay, put on the grid also. I just love designing with grids. Head on to font. For this I'll be using Jagale regular. Then I'll reduce the size to about 35. Just be mindful of the grid. This should be good. Yeah? Then use color. Let's use color white. Then you head over to background. The background plus. Then input this color code. Take it to FF00. Click on tick. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to reduce the opacity. So about this. Okay. Background. This should be good. So for the left padding, make it 30. Right padding also, make it 30. Top padding, make it 2. Then for the bottom padding, make it 11. But please note, this value will be different because of your phone, so just make sure the radius are very perfect. Just make sure they are very perfect and precise. Then for the radius, make it 25. Okay. Just move it up a little bit. Okay, now we are done with that step. Let me check. It's 32:11. Okay. So now moving on to the last test, which is mainly for more bookings and information. For bookings and table reservation, I'll be using LIQWYD, and for the phone numbers I'll be using LIQWYD, just mainly to create contrast between them. Head on to color. Again, for bookings and table reservation I'll be using color white. Then for the phone numbers I'll be using this color code. Okay. Then go to align, use the center alignment. Okay. So let's just try to adjust a little few things to make it perfect. Increase this a little bit. Okay. Okay, so we are done with that. So for the 18 plus label, I'll just input that. You can check the description for it also. Right here. And for the bottle of wine, it will be in the description also. So we are done. So you can just input the name of any club you want to use here. And that's all. You can just save your project. Ultra and save. So in case you have any question, or is there any part you are not clear with about this tutorial, you can just send a DM to me on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp contact will be in the description also, and you can also try to redesign and send to me. I'll be there to give you a review. Thank you very much, and stay tuned to this channel, and please subscribe.